Now, on the Reserve Bank, the recent review said the governor should be speaking publicly, news conferences and dialogue when there are rate movements. He was good to that recommendation today. He was out there, Governor Lowe.
Yes, Governor Lowe found himself having to defend his decision to raise interest rates, particularly after the Treasurer Jim Chalmers said yesterday Australians wouldn't be able to cop or understand the latest increase, and you heard him say that again today. Phil Lowe says if the bank had not acted, the cost of living would be higher for even longer.
Its effects are felt unevenly across the community, and rising interest rates are causing significant financial pressures for some households. But this unevenness is not a reason to avoid using the tool that we have. If we had not tightened monetary policy, the cost of living would be higher for longer. In making this decision, the board had a very detailed discussion of the slowdown in household spending and the stresses that some households are under because of higher interest rates and higher rents. We understand that it's very difficult for many people at the moment.
Mr Lowe also expressed some caution and surprise around recent wage decisions by the Fair Work Commission and what that could do to inflation.
We will get ourselves, though, into trouble if we accept the premise that all workers need to be compensated for inflation. Because if you accept that premise, then inflation is 7%, wage rises match that. What do you think inflation will be next year? We've got to make sure that the higher inflation doesn't translate into higher wage outcomes for everybody.
Were you surprised by the increase in the minimum wage, how large it was, and how much is this going to add to the risk of a wage price spiral in Australia over the next few months?
It was higher than we had factored into our forecasts, as I said in my prepared remarks. How much it adds to the inflation outcomes really depends upon whether it spreads across other parts of the labour market.
Well, he's not convincing the unions. ACTU Secretary Sally McManus had this reaction to Phil Lowe's comments on wages. She said, this is a couple of hours ago, I look forward to the day when Philip Lowe asks the big supermarkets who are delivering huge profits to, quote, share the pain, unquote, and drop the prices. And here's the take from Greens leader Adam Bandt.
Renters and mortgage holders can't take it anymore. The RBA and Labor are using everyday people as cannon fodder. The Reserve Bank and Labor are pushing the country towards recession.
Looks to me as though it's the same story as yesterday, Kieran. The blame game goes on.
Yeah, indeed. And the rich pickings for the likes of the Greens, the opposition as well, after what was a bit of a tricky week.